We are looking at making this page here today, and if you want to know how, then don't go anywhere. Get yourself a coffee and sit down and relax and enjoy the show. Hello, Tamara here. Nice of you to join me, and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. So welcome to part 6 of the Baby Bureau box and album project that we've been doing over the last couple of days, and we're on to part 5 now, and part 5 is page 3 in our book. Now page 3, hold on, let me just put that in. Page 3 is going to look a little something like this here. So we've got a flap up that's held by a closure with an acetate window, and then inside here we are going to put a tag as well that we can take out, and then that tag you can then put your photograph on, and then you can see it through the window. And then this one at the bottom, although this is a fixed journaling spot, I'm actually going to make it a flap pocket, a flap down, like this one here, but without the acetate window. So that's what we're planning. And then behind, you've also then got some pull-out tags that we can, obviously you've got some hidden spaces there to put some journaling or extra photographs or things like that. So I thought with these pull-out tags, I was utilising the space that was behind, because otherwise it's dead space. So I thought I'd utilise it with a few more pull-out tags. So that is basically what we're going to do today. There is a PDF cutting guide that will accompany this video. And what will happen is every time I upload a video, I'll upload the next part of the PDF cutting guide with that as well. So by the end of the video, or sorry, the end of the series of videos, you will have the full cutting guide then to be able to print and use for your own personal use. Now, I do ask, if you do print out or download my PDF, then could you please become a subscriber. All you need to do is click down here on my logo, and up comes a subscribe button. Just click on that subscribe button and then you're subscribed. It's as easy as that. If you then also then click the notifications, all notifications, that means that every time I upload a video you will be notified into your inbox every time, so you will be one of the first people then to see my videos when they go live. If you could then also comment and like, that would be amazing as well, because that helps my algorithm of my videos, and YouTube then will show my videos to more people, and then that helps grow my channel, which in turn then helps me to keep doing these tutorials for free. I'm also on all the social medias, but as always all the links will be in the description box down below, so go check them out as well. Right, so let's get into the video. So as we said, we are going to be doing those flap elements in our new book. So what you need to bring in, so I've cut my pieces ready, so I'm going to go through the cutting guide and the cutting and the measurements with you now, and then we can then put them together. I will put playlists and things up in that little corner there that you can click on, and then that will then take you to the relative videos. So that's our page. So with the page you then need a pattern paper to cover it. So this is going to need to measure 9 1/8 by 5 3/4. So that's your pattern paper and your page. Then coming on to our flaps, you need to cut 2 of the pocket flaps, and the measurements are 8 inches by 5 1/2. Okay, so that's the measurement. So once you've got it on your trimmer, you need the 8-inch measurement down the side of your measurement guide on your trimmer. Push it up, and then you're going to score at 4 inches. Okay, so that makes it will become in half. So that will be the bottom flap. So the top one, we need to do our frame. Now I have done the frame one in, I think it was part 2, where we did the lift up frame pocket, but this is the same principle, but with this we need to do a 5/8 border all the way round and cut it out. So just run through this quickly. So what you'll need is you'll need to go round with your ruler and measure it at 5/8 and just draw a line around to create a box on the inside. Now you can do this on your trimmer, and if you are in a hurry, so I do that sometimes, this way just makes it a little bit more precise, and it just then gives you that opportunity to know where you're actually going to cut. So let me move that in. Let me bring my trimmer in. So with my trimmer, I'm going to measure up. So I'm going to come up to 5/8, put my trimmer down. Now my pencil line should be in the gully of your trimmer. So then just take your blade up to and down to the lines on either side. So come all the way across again, and then very slowly just take it to this line here, and you will feel the blade, it kind of goes a bit slack, so you can then tell that it's actually cut up to that line. So come along to your trim again, and then just trim up that line, turn around, and then do the same thing just up to that, and then this should, if I've done my job correctly, just come out. You might get a few nicks where you haven't cut it you haven't gone right up to the corner, but you can get those sort of little piff things off with a nail file. So that then is your window that we need to cut. So to put into our window, you will need an acetate cover, and I've got loads of finger marks on that, so that's where the isopropyl alcohol comes in. And I'll just use my rag. I've just put some onto my rag, and then what I'm doing, I'm just going to take off all them grubby finger marks, and it also takes it also stops things sticking to it as well, like if you've got fluff and things. There, that's a bit better. So isopropyl alcohol is your friend. So there we go, see, that's taken all them sticky finger marks off. So that's going to go behind. So you'll need to cut this at 3 3/4 by 5. So 3 3/4 by 5, and then we're going to put that behind our frame to create our window. So then for the pattern paper that's going to go round the frame, you'll need to cut 4. So 4 of each of these. So this is going to measure a half by 5 3/8. Okay, so it's a half by 5 3/8. So that's the top and the bottom ones. And then the ones at the side, they're going to measure a half by 2 3/4. Okay, and they're going to fit down the sides like that. So you need to do 4 each of those. So that's those frames. So I'm going to have on one of mine, so one of these, I'm going to have a little pocket, a little tuck spot. So I've just used some offcut of paper, and I've cut a little decorative patterned paper strip. So that is going to go on top like so. So the decorative strip is 3 7/8 by 1 inch, and then you need to, with the short measurement up against your trimmer, you need to score the long edge at 1/2 inch. and then cut out your pattern paper at 3/8 by 3 3/4. So then that would be that tuck spot there. I'm not going to give you the measurements of this because it depends on what offcuts you've got to use. Coming on now to the pattern paper that's going to cover these. 3 7/8 by 5 3/8, and that is, then you'll need 4 of those in whatever you decide to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just ink my edges because I've cut all mine up. So I'm just going to go around and ink all the edges so that I've got no white sort of edges on them. And I'm using a Memento felt pen in grey. I tend to like the grey more so than the black. I think it gives a softer edge to your pieces. That's all my pieces now inked. The edges inked around there. And we can start now to assemble. So we're going to put our pattern paper on first. We're going to start with the pattern paper first on the base. The good thing about the koal glue though is that you do get quite a bit of open time to do the little wiggle. So if you need to wiggle it into place, you do get quite a bit of open time with it. So that's my pattern paper down on the base. So now you need to think about what you're going to do with the flaps. So how you're going to position them. So your composition of your pieces. So you could have it where you've got your window opening at the top, like so that it opens that way, the same as what I've got in my previous book, and have this one coming and opening this way. You could have it so that they open exactly the same way. Again, that is another option. You could have it where this comes at the bottom and then you have the plain flap at the top. You could have it where this one comes down this way and then this one maybe comes down this way as well. So again, well, you can't, no, you couldn't have it that way. You would have to have it like that. Or you could have it that way. You would just need to put another closure on there, or you could have a magnet holding that on, you know, so it's holding it closed. But I'm going to have it so that my acetate window's at the top and then the plain flap is at the bottom, like so. But before we stick the flaps down, I'm going to put my acetate window in. So I'm just using my double-sided tape. This is my 1/4 inch tape, and you're putting it about 1/8 of an inch gap between the frame edge and then your double-sided tape, because what we don't want to happen is we don't want to see the double-sided tape A through the frame, and B, you don't want it to show through your acetate here, because that means then it would all get stuck together and it would look a bit nasty. So yeah, so that's the reason why. So let's just pull these off. I love it when they come, when it comes off all at once. You don't have to fight then to pick it off. Okay, make sure you've got no pieces of fluff that is stuck, and then we're just going to stick that acetate window down. Okay, burnish that down into place so that it starts to lay flat. If you have got a bit of double-sided tape, you can go round with some of your construction tape to hide those edges. Now this one might be a bit too thick, so I would have to get a smaller one, or cut it in half. So let me just take that piece off. And I don't want to use that bit. Okay. So I get my scissors. So I'm only going to show you one because you're not going to see it really, because it is going to be covered. So I'm just going to cut my tape in half, like so. And then I'm going to put the cut edge outwards, so that I've got nice, not cut edge, sorry, the straighter edge cut outwards, like so. And push that down. And then do the same with the other side. That one might be a bit too big. No, that's fine. So push that onto there like so. And then you can do this, as soon as that, I might as well do the sides as well while I'm here. And cut this in half again. There we go. And then this might be a bit too long, so I'm going to stick it down and then just cut that bit off when it's in place, like so. And then do the other side. Like that. Cut that off. Okay, so then that is now window nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. Then we can put our back on. So let's get this one, is quite nice. So we put the double-sided pattern paper on the back. So this is going to show through our window, like so. Okay. So while that bit is drying, I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones. So I'm going to put this pattern paper on the top, but I'm going to go with the other side, like that. And then inside this I am going to cut some no, that's not right. Take that off. So put this one inside, like so. Let me just take that, get my glue rubber, just rub those excess glue bits that have come off. Then what we're going to do is we will put down then we're going to make our pocket. So just make sure I've got it the right way. No, it needs to go the other way. It needs to go that way. So that's going to go there, like so. I'm just going to rub that bit off there because I don't want that to stick. And these glue rubbers are amazing. They're so good. I think this was one of the first things I ever bought when I started crafting. And then for a while you couldn't get them. They kind of like just vanished. But now they're quite readily available. Especially if you go like on that site that has got a famous river. So we can then put our next piece on. So I'm going to push this on with some double-sided tape. So I'm just going to do the bottom with our double-sided tape, and then I will put our decorative piece on. So I'm going to put our decorative piece, I'm just going to put the double-sided tape on one side. I might as well put it on both actually. On both. So this is on the valley fold side of our decorative piece, and that's going to go, so this needs to go on the top. So I'm just putting the scored line on top of our paper like so, and then that way I know that I'm going to be correct, and then I'll just push it down like so. So that then is going to make the little pocket flap. Find that little tiny piece of decorative strip that I had. We'll put that on. This you can just use your glue. Put that on like so. And then that's going to fit onto our front pocket like so. I'm going to add our double-sided tape just down these edges as well. You don't have to. You could have this as just like a little tuck spot more so than a little pocket. Which may be quite nice. But so you could, I'll leave that up to you. Either have it as a pocket or a little tuck spot. Take the double-sided off. Then I'm going to work from the bottom, and I'm just going to line my edges up with the top and the bottom of the one that's on. So this pattern paper here, but I'm going to start from the bottom and then I'm going to just work my way upwards. And then that makes then a little pocket that you can, like a little tuck spot that you can tuck things into. On the back, along the long sides, you're going to put your 1/4 inch score tape along the top and the bottom. Okay, then really do burnish them down well. Take it off, and then this off, and then we're going to go ahead and stick it into place. So I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch gap around the whole piece, like so. So that's one piece in. And then we've got obviously the inside there, and then we'll have something on that side. So this can go in a minute, and again I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to have that 1/4 inch gap, but bringing in then your frame pieces that you've done. So then that is the inside of your frame done, like so. So then this can go on the top like that. So again, do your double-sided tape along the two long edges. So what we now need to do is our circled swivel closure. Now I've just got some circle punches that you can use. You could use things like these are picture frame. These are what you put behind your picture frames. Or Cool Cats have got some dies out as well. These are called Clever Closures Photo Swivel Die Set, and this is what I used on the other one. And you could die cut those out and use that. Now the reason I'm not going to use this is because this isn't big enough. I need that just about 1/4 inch bigger so that I can close the two together with one. So I thought, well, we've all got circle punches, so let's have a look, see whether or not I can do the circle punch, which I have managed to do. So we need to find the center of our page, and I'm just going to say that's at 6, and our center will be just after that, so it's probably about 2 7/8 ish. Okay, so then the center of that would be 3/8, so that would be my centre of that. But then I'm using a 1 1/4 size punch. So I need to come 5/8 across from that line, and then that is where I'm going to put my brad, because I want the centre of my punched image to be in the centre of the page. So let's punch it out and we can see what we do from there. So let's punch my circle out, and then that is going to go sort of like that. So that's going to be really roughly the centre of my page. I've come in 1/4 inch from the 5/8 measurement to put my brads, but what's going to happen is my actual circle is going to come up just up to that 5-inch mark. Get your pokey tool and poke your hole. So poke that in there. So that's going all the way through the top layer of your page. So what you need now to do is cut out another 3 of your black circles or your cardstock circles. And I'm just going to bring in the pin flare glue, because this dries pretty fast, a bit faster than the cowl, and that's what I want. So you put your glue onto one side, and then you stick one on top of the other, and then wherever the other one went, you stick the other one on top of those. So you've got like a layer of 3 circles. That's just going to give you a bit more stability and a bit more weight behind your closure. So I'm going to bring in my foam mat to help me make the hole. Sorry, excuse the state of my little foam mat. Punch that hole out. Get a brad. No, I forgot one vital thing, which is the pattern paper. So let's punch out this. So this is a 1-inch punch that I've used. Okay, then put your brad in like so, and then push it through the hole that you've made. So once you've got your brad through, just then push the legs back underneath that paper, underneath your page, and then just grab yourself some of your construction tape and just put that on top of those brad legs, because that's going to hide those brad legs. It's also going to help it stay in place, and it's also not going to get caught when you put your photo mats inside the little pocket. So then that is our photo closure, our circle swivel closure that we've got. That is going to keep that all in place, and it's nice and central as well, which makes it even better. And then here we've got then a little pocket or a little tuck spot that you can put extra tags in and things. So moving on now to the tags that are going to go behind. Now we needed 2 of those, as I said, and I'm going to give them a nice decorative corners. So I'm going to use this like mountain type one, if you can see that from there. So that mountain type one, that's going to go on the top of my corners, okay, like so. If you want to, you can just turn it over so that you can see where the corner is going into your tag. Sorry, the corner's going into your punch. And then I'm just going to round the bottom one. So for this I'm going to use the small corner rounder. So that's just going to round those corners for me, so that when we put that in, it just does look like an actual proper tag. And it's a quick and easy way to make tags, rather than having to you know, have a punch board, or if you've got you know, dies and things. So this just makes it a little bit more quicker, and it is quite inexpensive. These ones I think were about £5 each. So I quite like them, and I think you can get them from different companies. This one come from Craftella, but you can, I think We Are Memory Keepers do them as well. Or I've also got my corner chompers as well. They work fantastically as well. I will say with these though, they aren't very strong, and they won't go through things like what your corner chomper will. So your corner chompers, you can go through your chipboard. You wouldn't get the chipboard in these little holes here. So these are really only for your paper craft, really. But your corner chompers are for the more heavy duty crafting that we do. So that's the 2 tags done. So they go behind there, like so. And we can then also round these corners as well. So that then is our pattern paper, so they can go on. So that goes on like so. So then they can go underneath. That's one. And I don't actually think on these I need to have any of the finger pulls, because I think with the way the tag is, it actually pulls out anyway. So the last thing we've got left to do now is just to put our tags inside our pockets, so inside our flap. So we've got these here, so that you can take this out, and then you've got a flap underneath. I've got a bit of glue on there, so 1 second, let me just bring in the magic isopropyl alcohol. I love that word, I don't know why, isopropyl. I just think it's a really nice word. Isopropyl alcohol. So push that up like so. So now I've got rid of that. Now I've got a little bit of fluff in there. Go away. Still got tiny bit of glue. There we go. Let's get that off. That's it. That's gone, I think. Yes. Now we just need to put our tags that are going behind. So I'm going to just put these as small, just small round, just the normal corner rounders for these. Like so. So that's one. Bottom, like so. So then that is those nearly enough finished. I'm just going to bring in the chipboard pieces, and we can put, what we're going to put on here, we can put the, we can do the same, Love You to the Moon and Back, because then that is exactly the same as my sister's one, and I just love it. I think that looks really nice, just stuck on there like so. You can put a tiny little tag in there like so. I've just got this bit of offcut here, but yeah, you can just make a small tag to go into that pocket there. So just a little something on here. Let's go with, what about some stars? That might go. Yes, because that's got So we could put a star there, and then a star here, and then we've got a yellow star, and that could go there, like so. And that then is our page finished. So when bringing our book in, and we can go ahead and put it into our album. So if we're doing that, we need to then remember we need to mitre them corners of the hinges. That way we can make sure that our page goes in nice and smoothly. So again, put your double-sided tape, and we're going to put this on both sides of the hinge. That way we know that we've got a nice strong bond. You can also add a bit of glue as well on maybe the inside of your page, just at the bottom, to help that stick. Now, one thing when you come to put your double-sided tape onto your hinge, don't put it so that it is right near the scored edge, because when you put your paper on, you don't want to see any of that double-sided tape, because it looks a bit unsightly, and then it will get stuck on everything as well. So you want to just make sure you try and put it as near to the top edge of your hinge than the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of glue just in that page, and I'll just push that down. I'll open it up, because then I've got my glue on either side, and then that's going to just give that a bit more extra stick. So push these through. So push this onto our hinge, and try and line it up as much as you can with the next part. So that's quite that's quite nice. So push that down and just burnish that down so that you know that that's stuck really well. And then that's our next page in. So thank you ever so much for sticking with me and watching my videos. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and this page in our book. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and give me a like, and please leave me a comment. I love to read everybody's comments, and I do try and answer everybody's as well. Come and follow me on socials. All the links for all my social media sites are in the description box, as always, down below, as well as some affiliated links that for products that I've bought, and if you click on buy from those links, I get a few pennies. It doesn't cost you any more. Also, if there's anything you need to know, any questions you need to ask, then please leave me a comment down below, and I will answer it as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next time. Bye! So I'm gonna, oh, I've done it again. These things happen. Please let me take it off. Please let me be able to take it off. Oh. Did it. Yay. Now I need this next bit. Can I get this off? Oh, yes. Oh, that was very lucky. So, that's just got stuck on there. I did it the wrong way. I hope somebody was shouting at me, "You've put it on the wrong way." So it needs to go like this.